good evening, everybody. Thank you all for stopping by, and much appreciated. We are trying out our OBS. We downloaded this yesterday and been playing around with it today. We made that little slideshow for our intro. I think that went pretty good. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Jackson here joined me tonight too, so he was going to tell us some fishing stories and hunting stories also. So OBS is working pretty good for us. I think we did a bunch of test streams today, and I think we got most of the kinks worked out of it. Thanks, Jake Fishing. I appreciate that. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I see we have John in the chat here, and Jake Fishing. Thank you guys for stopping by. So Jackson, you said you wanted to tell some fishing stories and stuff, so why don't we start off with some questions, buddy? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you tell them what your favorite fish is to catch?
Bass and northern.
Bass and northerns?
Mm-hmm.
So why do you like catching bass?
Because, they have good meat inside them and they taste good.
Because they taste good? Well, that's good. What's your favorite way of eating fish? Do you like them fried or baked or?
Fried and little baked.
Fried and a little baked? Yeah. Do you like to eat anything else with your fish or?
No.
No, just fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said you like catching northerns too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite bait to catch northerns on?
I don't know that.
You're not sure?
No.
Have you used minnows before?
Yeah.
Some crankbaits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we have a question in the chat here. What's your favorite lure for bass? You thinking about that one?
Yeah.
I know you had bought some worms with your own money, and we did a video on that. I think we called it Bass, the Fishing Frenzy video.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went to the store, bought your very own worms, picked them out. Mm-hmm. We went out and fished with those, and you ended up catching like 20 plus fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. What is your favorite thing to hunt when we go hunting?
Deer and pheasants.
Deer and pheasants, yeah. You've been deer hunting several times, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been on some all-day hunts too, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like sitting out there all day?
A little.
A little bit, yeah. You like hunting in the cold or in the warm?
Warm.
When it's warm out, yeah. You've gone archery hunting and deer hunting?
Yep.
Yeah. Which one do you like better with, you like going archery or do you like going rifle?
Rifle.
You like going rifle? Why is that?
It's easier to shoot with rifle.
It's easier to shoot them? Well, that is very true. And you like walking for pheasants too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We usually walk for pheasants, what, in the cattails?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like eating pheasants too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty tasty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to tell them about what you went for hunting for this spring? When you went turkey hunting?
Yeah.
So you went turkey hunting for the first time this spring?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you get one?
Yep.
Yep. What did you shoot that with?
Shotgun.
You shot it with a shotgun, yeah? Shot it with a 20 gauge shotgun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You remember how far away it was?
No.
It was about 20 yards away. Yeah. When we were hunting those, do you remember there was some snow out on the ground too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spring when I hunted
in the springtime.
turkey.
That's right. So on that one, we went out in the spring season. I took him out of school to go hunting for a couple days, and he did get a turkey. We do have a video of that too. It's one of our first videos. It's a two-part video where My Jackson here went out, and my dad went out for the first time turkey hunting. Jake Fishing is asking, how big was the beard and the spurs? Do you remember?
No.
No. That bird that he got was a 7-inch beard on it, and it didn't have any spurs. I don't know why, but it didn't grow any spurs. It was a spurless turkey.
Yeah.
No. Let's see. Darren's Northern Life. And hello to everybody that's in the chat that I haven't said hello to, and people that have come in. So do you like summer fishing or ice fishing better?
Summer and night fishing.
You like them both equally?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite fish through the ice?
Usually norms.
You like fishing northerns through the ice?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are fun fishing through the ice too. They put up a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You went spearing too this last winter, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hadn't got one yet though, huh?
No.
No? How'd you like that?
Fun.
Fun, yeah? You want to go spearing again this winter?
Yeah.
Yeah. We might go try some fishing tomorrow. Our lakes here in Minnesota are all froze over now, and we're getting about that 5 to 6 inches of ice on some of these smaller lakes. So we might go out tomorrow and look around and see how thick the ice is, and if we can find some good ice, we might try fishing a little bit. Hi Terry, how's it going? For everybody that doesn't know, Terry there, he is my dad. So welcome to the live, Dad. Let's see here. Jake Fishing said, it happens. I'm going out tomorrow all day. A barbecue pack. 3-hour stream. Darren's Northern Life. You missed a big buck, huh? That's too bad. Were you out archery hunting or rifle hunting? How's it going, JNC? Yeah, it's been pretty cold up here the last few weeks. Our lakes have all frozen over, and they're getting a good amount of ice. So we'll do some ice checks tomorrow on some of the smaller lakes. And there's been people out fishing for about a week, but I didn't want to go out on 2 or 3 inches of ice. I wanted it to be at least 5. So out ice fishing, have you caught a lot of fish ice fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch a lot of sunfish? Yeah. So what's some things you use when you do ice fishing? You got like underwater cameras?
Yeah, underwater cameras.
Yeah.
And
Vexilars?
yeah, the
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah. Flashers. You know how to read that flasher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever spent the night out on out on the lake?
Yeah, I spent once.
You spent a night out on it? Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it is fun spending the night out on the ice. We have a pretty nice house that we can heat up to about 70 degrees, so it's pretty comfortable in that house, and we'll spend nights out there. We got a couple cots that we set up in the house, and it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. We usually put up some rattle wheels in the house when we're sleeping, so if a fish grabs onto it, it makes some noise and it wakes us up if we need to through the night. So what's some other stuff that we do in the house there? We usually go out there during Super Bowl too, don't we?
Yeah, and watch the Super Bowl on old TV.
Yeah, we usually watch the Super Bowl out on the ice in the ice house. And that's pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were out there last year for the Vikings-Saints game, and during that Minneapolis Miracle play, I think we scared every fish out of that lake because we were screaming so loud out there.
Yeah, well, other people could hear us.
Yeah, that's right. We have good food too when we go out there too, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little restaurant that is on one of the lakes we're on, and we order some food, and we go up and get it.
Yeah.
You know? What's one of your other favorite things to do on the lake besides fishing?
Besides... No.
Like being pulled around on the four-wheeler?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a picture in that slideshow at the beginning here where we pull them around on sled behind the four-wheeler, so that's pretty fun too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, what else? So you said that you like deer and pheasants, huh? How about waterfowl hunting? For the ducks and geese?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? Did you have a pretty good time going goose hunting this year?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did we get some geese?
Yeah, we got over like 11.
Over 11?
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good number, huh? So do you like fishing out on the water better or on the land for the geese and ducks?
Water.
You like fishing on the water?
Yeah.
Yeah. We usually take a canoe out to set up decoys and gather them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And we got pairs of waders too, so we can wade in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that opening weekend when we went out goose hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a nice flock of geese come by us.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's actually our most watched video so far on our channel is our our early goose season video. That was a pretty fun one, huh?
Yeah.
We got a lot of nice drone footage in that video too.
Yeah.
You know? So one thing with OBS that's going to be fun that we're going to be able to do in future videos is I'll be able to play other videos while I'm talking to you guys. And then also it'll be easier to do file sharing with the pictures and all that stuff. So I just wanted to try out this example of watching one of our videos while kind of talking about it. So I'm going to show you guys, we called it Do Deer Fart in the Woods video, where we captured something kind of crazy on one of our trail cams. So let's see how this works. So with OBS here, we should be able to still be seen up in the corner and heard while the video plays with the sound. If nobody has seen this video yet, head on over there and find it on our page and give it a thumbs up. It's a pretty good one. So yeah, that video was pretty funny. I originally didn't really want to put it up, but my wife said it was too funny not to share with people. So that is on our page. It is a pretty funny video. I actually didn't know that I had that caught on trail cam until about a month later. I had a trail cam out tracking a buck, and when I pulled the card and went through the pictures and the videos, I was just looking at ones that I seen the buck in on the thumbnails. So I kind of ignored all the ones with just does and fawns and stuff like that. So it was about a month later when I was looking for one particular video that I didn't pull off the original SD card. And I kind of knew around the time it was during one night. And I was going through and started to play like 5 or 6 videos during that night. And I came across that one and I was like, she just stood in front of the camera and tooted. And I laughed so hard, and I told my wife to come down from upstairs. I said, you got to see this, you got to see this. And she's like, you got to make a video about that. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, please go check that out and give her a thumbs up. It's a pretty funny video, I think. Wow, beautiful, I remember seeing this video. So, we talked a little bit about ice fishing and summer fishing. So with summer fishing, do you like going out on the boat or do you like fishing from shore?
I like to go on the boat and shore.
You like them both?
Yeah.
You like fishing on the lakes or the rivers?
Lakes.
The lakes, yeah. You had some pretty good river fishing this year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep. We went down and found a small stream by where we live. It's a very shallow stream. It's really 4 feet and less. as far as depth goes, and it's not very wide. We were looking at it on Google Maps, and we were just kind of figuring out a new spot to go fish. And where the river dumps into and where it comes from, it's pretty good fishing. So we decided to take a boat out there and try it. And we had a pretty hard time getting up the river. We kept hitting on sandbars, and it was really shallow. And it was to the point where we almost gave up and we were going to turn back. And then we got around one bend where we found a cutout in a little bit deeper water. And we decided to sit there and started fishing. And Jackson actually caught his biggest walleye he's ever caught. It was, 24 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice walleye. And we caught several other walleyes after that. And we even did a challenge with J&C No Limit TV on that river where we took, I believe it was an hour and 3 fish, and whoever caught the most length of fish won that challenge. We also have that video in our library, and check that out, and then go over to J&C Fishing's channel and check out his video too, and see who won that challenge. But we caught a lot of nice walleyes out of there. We caught many walleyes over 20 inches in that shallow water, which is pretty interesting. And then we also caught a fair amount of smallmouth bass in there. And then they have a bunch of other fish too. There's a lot of carp in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of golden eyes, as we refer to them.
And suckers.
There's suckers in there too, yeah. Yeah. And then on the lakes, what do you like going fishing for on the lake when we go on the boat?
Bass.
You like the bass the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We have one particular lake that's really good for bass fishing, and it's not far from us. And it doesn't get too much fishing pressure. So Jackson and I will go out there and fish that lake a lot. There's a lot of docks in that lake. There's a fair amount of houses, but most of the houses, they don't do a lot of fishing. And so there's a lot of docks that hold a lot of fish. There's a lot of sunken islands out there too. There's a few drop-offs too. And there's one really nice shore where we have several videos of us when we're fishing along that shore where we do pretty good. You know? Other fish that's in that lake too, we have there's sunfish that we've caught out there.
Sunfish.
Crappies.
Crappies.
There's a few northerns in there too, but not many. I don't think we didn't catch a single northern in that lake this year.
No.
No. No. How's it going, Charlene? How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Yeah, it was a good summer of open water fishing. Our open water season now is officially done, and the hard water season is just upon us. So we'll be going out fishing a lot here in the upcoming weeks and months.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got our boat all packed up in our garage now, and that's going to sit there until next spring, which was a little bittersweet. I was hoping to get out one more time before all the lakes froze up, but it kind of happened fast once it happened. How's it going, Travis Scott? Thanks for stopping by. I hope everything's good with you. So yeah, what is, have you ever been to small game hunting, like squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that a little bit, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. How did you like that?
Good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one squirrel and one chipmunk.
One squirrel and one chipmunk, huh? How about that? That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with duck hunting, how do you like getting up early in the morning?
Not that.
Not that? You like hunting early in the morning or later on in the afternoon?
Later on in the afternoon.
Yeah, you like the afternoon hunts, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to sleep in a little bit and then go out. Yep. Yep. Oh, that works too. Usually when we're doing waterfowl hunting, we're doing that in the mornings, and then we'll go out in the afternoon and hunt deer or do a late night fish or something like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You done some night fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like the night fishing?
A little better of fishing with it light out.
You like fishing with the light out a little better?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to see in the night, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hard to see your bobber.
It's hard to see your bobber, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. We have a kind of a funny story when we were fishing out at night. We were fishing on this big lake on the July 4th, and we stayed out there pretty late watching fireworks and fishing. And fishing was pretty good. We caught some walleyes and stuff that night. And then we started back to the boat ramp, and we had about a mile and a half to go across the water. And we got up by the boat ramp, and as we got closer to shore, we just had tons and tons of mayflies. I mean, there was hundreds and thousands of them. And all of our lights on the boat, they started being attracted to it. The fish finder screen and the lights on the boat. And they had at least 2 inches of these mayflies on top of each other because they were attracted to that light. They were 2 inches thick, and they were all over our legs and in our face. And trying to get that boat on the trailer was tough, in all those bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we got to the dock, I did run it into the car, and I got itchy.
Yeah, it was itchy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, with the fishing, do you like bobber fishing better, or do you like a jigging?
Jigging.
You like jigging? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a funny story with you jigging, and you caught a northern. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were out on the lake, and Jackson here had a jig and a minnow, and we were kind of trolling along and jigging along this rock shelf, and you started throwing it out in front of you, and you had one of the casts that went up behind you. When you let go of the line, he casted behind him. And I told him, I said, well, I don't think you're ever going to catch a fish casting that way.
And I did.
And you did catch a fish, yeah. He caught a northern backwards, I guess you could say. And we landed that, and that was a pretty nice fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes...
Yeah, he's following our baits in front of us.
He was, yes. Sometimes the unconventional way of doing things works. Yeah. Oh, yes. You got any other stories?
No.
Not really? No? How about, so we have a half-mile long driveway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to go up that driveway to go to school every day to get to the bus, right? Yeah. Do you see any wildlife up the driveway when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a skunk.
You saw a skunk, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you stay clear of that?
I was in the truck.
You were in the truck, yeah.
Yeah. And I saw a cat once.
You saw a cat? Yeah.
Out in the field.
Yeah.
And geese.
See a lot of geese, yeah.
And I saw 3 ducks.
3 ducks, yeah.
And after that was, and I saw no deer.
No deer?
No.
No? Have you been seeing something at the end of the driveway? Maybe a pheasant?
I saw a pheasant.
Yeah.
I saw ducks and geese.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a pheasant down at the end of our driveway just about every morning now, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple roosters hanging around our property here, so maybe the day before Thanksgiving or something we'll have to go walk out there and we might have a pheasant for Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a turkey to eat.
We do have turkeys, so the turkey that you shot this spring we're actually going to cook for our Thanksgiving dinner, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool. Jackson was pretty excited about that this spring after going turkey hunting and getting his first turkey to have his turkey on Thanksgiving. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming into the chat here, but if I haven't said hello to you yet, hello and thank you for stopping by. I hope everybody's having a great night. So now that we have a bunch of snow outside, how do you like hunting in the snow?
Not that fun.
It's not that fun?
No, because it's cold and your feet is wet.
Yeah, it's cold and your feet get sweaty and then they get cold.
Yeah, I get snow in your boots and your shoes.
Yeah, once you get snow in your boots, yeah, it gets kind of cold, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing, though, to dress up real good for it so you can hunt and not get wet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that you can do when hunting in the really cold weather is stay and dry.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when we do all-day hunts during the winter time, it can get like 15 below zero. And we usually hunt, in a blind, right?
Yeah.
In a pop-up blind?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a heater that we take with, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With red and black and white.
That's right. And that heater, it will heat that blind pretty good. It doesn't get it to like 70 degrees like we do our fish house, but we'll heat the blind, in the low 20s or so, and it's at least a little bit of warmth so we can warm up our fingers and our toes, right? Yeah. I think it was last year, you, me, and my wife or your mom, we were out in the blind on muzzleloader season, and we were sitting out there in like a negative 18 degree weather, and we had a couple deer come out in front of us, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We couldn't shoot them?
We couldn't shoot them, no. We didn't get a shot at that, and it didn't work out, but we were able to see a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another time, I think it was your first time out when we were rifle hunting. We were hunting some state land, and we had set the blind up out on a hill, and we were out there all day, and we went out there, a couple hours before sunup, and we took a little nap out on the hill, and then once the sun came up, we sat out there all day. Once, it was about 2 o'clock, I think, we had a couple deer come by at 140 yards, and Jackson had been watching me shoot all summer long as we were practicing. And that deer stepped out, and we did a lot of shooting that summer at 500, 600, 700 yards. So I was really used to shooting very far. And these deer were at 140 yards, and I pulled up as if they were at 500 yards. I used the wrong line in my scope there, and I shot right over the back of it. And Jackson here, he turned around at me and looked at me, and he was like, "Well, aren't they supposed to fall down?" And I was like, "Yeah, they should if you hit them."
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, wild turkey is good to eat if you can fix it right. Yeah, it is. We have cooked turkey a few different ways. We have smoked turkey before. So I have a Bradley smoker that I really like. We smoke a lot of things in there. We've even done some smoked homemade cheese in there, which has turned out pretty good too. We also have fried turkey. So we have one of those deep fat fryers, those turkey fryers, and I really like a fried turkey, with the skin on. You inject that with some injected fluid, some nice spices and stuff, and put that in the fryer, and it's pretty good. And then we've made some turkey jerky too. That's not so bad. And then also my wife has made this like casserole wild rice dish with them too. That's pretty good. So, how's it going, RWA Fishing? I hope your night is going good. So what's your favorite meat to eat?
My favorite meat to eat is chicken.
Chicken?
And turkeys.
And turkeys? Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to eat the turkeys?
By a fork.
By a fork? What's your favorite way of cooking the turkey, I should say?
From in the oven.
From in the oven? You like them in the oven?
Yeah, and in the fryer.
And in the fryer? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's right. I maybe asked that question a little wrong. Of course, the best way to eat a turkey is with a fork. That's right.
Yeah.
How's it going, Bubba Outdoors? Nice to see you. Hey, man, would love to have you as a guest on our podcast sometime. Yeah, you bet. Just Yeah, send me a email or message or something. I would love to do that. So let's see, what other things you want to tell them about? Some of the well, here you have your turkey fan that we're going to mount. We haven't mounted it yet, but we have it all dried out and it's fanned out, ready to be mounted. Yeah, we're going to mount that on a nice little wood plaque with the beard, and then we're going to hang the feet along the side of it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then are you going to have that in your room, or?
I might.
Yeah.
Or in my office.
Or in your office? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saved quite a few of the feathers off that turkey, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got them in a jar?
Yeah, I got 2 whole jars full with them.
Yeah. You saved a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. What is his PB? Let's see. His personal best walleye is 24 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. His personal best northern is what? You're a little over 3 pounds there. His personal best bass is just a little over 3 pounds also. And then we have the other ones written down too. We have this log with all of his personal best fish and stuff in it. So he has that for his future fishing career, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to get all that stuff together one time so I can comment on that a little more accurately. But
yeah.
He's caught a lot of fish this last summer. This last summer was his biggest year as far as fishing goes. He caught well over 500 or 600 fish this season, which was pretty good. He had a really good start to the year where he was having some big days. He'd be catching 20, 30 fish days many times, and then we had one trip where we both caught over 40 or 50 fish, which was a pretty good day. Yeah. With the upcoming ice season, though, we have some lakes that are pretty good, especially for panfish, where we can catch 60, 70 fish in a day, pretty easy. So we'll have some big days, I think, this winter too. And I think we're gonna try to get up to Red Lake here in Minnesota. I have never fished Red Lake before, but I think we're gonna try do a fishing trip up there and go for some walleyes and crappies. And if we find some time, we may go to Devil's Lake, North Dakota, too. I used to live up in Devil's Lake many years ago, where I was a fishing guide for a little while. And I haven't been up there for a few years now, so it'd be nice to get back up to Devil's Lake and try some more fishing up there. J&C says, do you play any school sports?
Yeah, I play football and basketball and soccer.
And wrestling. So he's in wrestling. He's been in wrestling for a few years, and he does pretty good at that. He also plays football. The football is over now, though, for the season. But he was in flag football this year. Did pretty good on that. And then he's been in a few basketball clinic things, too. But they don't really have a team for his age yet. But wrestling, he's been wrestling for this would be your 3rd year wrestling, and he's gone to a state tournament both years and did pretty good. I think you placed 3rd this last year.
3rd and 1 first.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Wrestling gets to be a pretty long season. It's we have to go through 2 practices every week, and then usually every Saturday there's a game or a tournament somewhere. And that's going to be starting here in a couple weeks, and that'll last through the winter. Yeah, it's crazy, Bubba Outdoors. I never was involved in wrestling at all, and so I was new at it when we got into it. And when he started, I didn't think that it was going to be like that competitive, but it is really competitive even at a young age. And then once you get into that high school wrestling, that's even more competitive. There's some really good young wrestlers out there. RW Fishing says, sounds like he could go out and grab a buck by the antlers.
Yeah.
You can go catch a deer.
Yeah. Have to be a little hard because you can't sneak up on those that well.
Yeah, you got to be pretty quiet so you can hear them coming, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So how do you like wrestling?
Good.
Yeah, is it hard or is it pretty easy?
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy? Yeah. You've gotten, you got quite a few pins, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite move?
The headlock.
Headlock? The cow catcher?
Yeah, the cow catcher is more of a good thing for me.
Yeah, he likes to put the cow catcher on people, and he usually gets a pin on that. Virginia Fisher says, I wrestled in high school, then turned pro, now I'm doing YouTube. It's a professional wrestling YouTuber. Yeah, I never did any wrestling, but I sure like watching them wrestle. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how'd you like your football this year?
Good.
Yeah. He did flag football for the first time, and I remember one game where he played the quarterback and he threw a touchdown, and then I think it was the very next time you guys had the ball, you ran one in for a touchdown.
Yeah, because there was no one open at it.
Yeah, he did a quarterback sneak and ended up getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. Will the Vikings beat the Bears this weekend? You betcha they will. Vikings will win. Do you know what the score is going to be?
Like, 28-0.
28-0 is what Jackson said, huh? 28, huh?
Yeah.
That might be a little hard to get 28. But.
Or 20.
That's right. 28, that'll work, huh? 28-0 Vikings, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. John says, I like the whole YouTube thing. Haven't been doing it for very long. Yeah, we like it too, John. It's fun. We get to tell our stories to people that listen, which is pretty cool. It's pretty neat that we have people that are interested in our adventures. It's fun to get to know new people, and I really like to have the video library. So when Jackson gets older, he can go back and watch all those videos, and he has all that forever. So that's pretty neat. Let's see here. John says, was it hard to set up OBS after you downloaded it? So downloading it was really easy. It's not a very large file. Setting it up is not so easy. I have a couple different ways of streaming, I guess. I can stream from my phone, and then we just recently got internet at our house. We haven't had internet at our house besides our phones for several years, and we finally found somebody that serviced our area, so we have the satellite internet. And I tried setting it up through that, and I didn't have a very good quality stream. So right now I am actually streaming it through my phone, tethered through my phone on my computer. And so that was a little hard to figure out, to get the settings right to where the video isn't jerky and that it's a higher quality. But after doing that, like making the like this screen here, it took a little bit of a learning curve, but I just watched a couple YouTube videos. Of course, YouTube has everything of how to like do these layers and stuff, and it wasn't too terribly hard to figure it out, but it's not really easy either. I'll turn that music down just a little bit, but it wasn't like really easy either. There's still a lot of things that I have to learn yet too on it, but so far so good. Let's see here. What's that? Yeah. Oh, you were ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jackson here, he's gonna go take off and get to bed. So, thanks for telling us all your stories, and you'll have to do it again sometime, huh?
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody bye?
Bye.
All right. So that was pretty cool. He wanted to jump in on this and tell a little bit of stories too. So before he had to go to bed. How's it going? One cast, one fish. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Streaming through phone, is it possible? I can only Google Hangout from laptop, but I also heard it's through features not possible phone. So, yeah, I tether the internet through the phone. So I'm not actually using my phone to like run the software. So I'm doing that on my Mac. But I can tether off my phone for the internet connection. And so I have Verizon for my internet or for my cell phone provider. And they allow me to stream high speed up to 15 gigabytes every cycle. So I'm able to connect that through my wireless router onto my phone, and then I can get on the internet that way. And honestly, it has really, really good upload speeds. I get around 8 megabyte per second upload speeds off of my phone. Way faster than the upload speeds that I'm getting on my internet that I just got hooked up in the house this last Monday, where we're only getting around 1 megabytes per second, which I couldn't stream in HD with that. We're going to call them on Monday to see if we can't bump that up a little bit, but if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do, and I'll just have to stream in low def, or I'll just use my phone. But you're correct. You can't do Google Hangouts and stuff on your phone, so you have to do it on your computer, your Mac, or whatever. I just use my phone to connect to the internet. Yeah, I don't have a fancy phone. It's just a Galaxy S7, but it just allows me to tether. So I'm just using its connection to the internet, and then I'm using my Mac. My Mac is an older Mac too. I've had this for 8 years, and it's running OBS just fine. Right now, I guess I'm at around 50% of my computer capacity is being used by OBS right now. But I see no problems. Everything is running really smooth on my Mac right now. But I can see if you get a lot of those preset screens, you know, if you have like maybe 20 or 30 of them, where your CPU usage might get eaten up pretty good. My camera for my videos, so I don't use anything fancy. I don't have them right by me. I have the box though. I have the box. So the camera that I use to film the main video in all my videos is one of these Finepix 135 Fujifilms. This thing is not an expensive camera. I think I paid like $175 for this. It shoots in HD, and I just bought a bunch of extra batteries for it. They have these little rechargeable batteries. And this is what I use pretty much for everything. I have a chest mount for this, and I have several different tripods and stuff. I have a nice little tripod that I can set up next to me, and I have one of those bendy tripods, so when I'm like hunting in a tree or on a tree stand, I can wrap that around a branch or the edge of the stand and point the camera where I need to. So that's my main camera. I don't use anything fancy. I don't believe that you need to. You just should have something that will shoot in HD. You want HD video. And then I have 2 little action cameras. The action cameras I bought from Walmart. I think I spent like $40 a piece on them. And then I use those to mount like to my bow or I mounted them to my shotgun, stuff like that, for shots like that. And then my underwater shots, I use those for that too. I hope to one day, you know, upgrade my cameras and stuff, but I don't really have a need quite yet. But I would like something with a you know, a better zoom. So I can get closer shots from things that are out there, you know, a couple 100 yards and stuff. But maybe next year or something, I'll spend some money on that. But how's it going, Kaz? Hey, Weekend Warriors got to catch a live. I hope all is well. Yeah, everything's going real good here. I hope everything's good with you, buddy. See if I missed any questions. Working on getting a GoPro 7. I heard you can go on. Yeah, you can. GoPros are really good. I know people with GoPros. I just haven't spent the money on that yet. Eventually I will, but I just everything has been working so far with the lower end stuff, where I'm able to get decent footage, and I've just been using iMovie on my Mac to edit the movies. So I do all my editing in iMovie, which I enjoy doing. I like the editing part. All right, John, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. And have a good night, One Cast, One Fish. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, John Ames. I've been looking at like some refurbished GoPros. I might buy one of those. They are just so expensive, brand new, and there's so many options out on the market that are comparable that are a lot cheaper. But I've been looking at some refurbished ones. I might do that. Yeah, for taking pictures, I don't know if anybody is on my Instagram, but I do a lot of pictures too when I'm out in the blind or while we're fishing and stuff. I'll snap pictures, and all of those pictures I just use with my phone, my Galaxy S7. I take all of my photos with my phone, and they turn out really, really well. I've had many people say that they look, you know, like they're professionally shot photos, and they're just all taken off my phone. So I mean, phones, there's nothing wrong with using a phone. Phones, most of the phones nowadays, they have excellent cameras in them. They have excellent lenses to where they gather really good light in low light situations, and they take really good photos. Yeah, RWA. See, I'm having that problem right now with my all my batteries and everything don't last that long. Right now, you know, we're hitting 15 degrees or so, and so it's really cold outside, and those batteries are not lasting long in the cold. I have 8 batteries that I bought for my main camera, so I'll take 8 batteries out with me, and each battery probably only lasts about 15 minutes if I'm constantly recording. Which in the summertime, those batteries will last around an hour or so. So it's a dramatic decrease in the battery life in this cold weather. I've been having like those hand warmers in my pocket, and I keep the batteries in that pocket with those hand warmers to try to keep them warm. But the batteries get zapped with this cold weather. I run a battery pack. Okay, I'll switch battery. It doesn't have a mic jack. Newer ones are the same. The newer ones, I believe, have a mic jack in them, so you can just plug it right in. So yes, JNC, I can through Google Hangouts though, or some other streaming app or something. It doesn't have to be Google Hangouts. It could be anything. It could be Skype or anything like that. But you can make a call with another application, and then I can show them on with this OBS, but not just OBS, no, or at least I'm not aware of it being able to do that. My plan in the future is to have like guests on or panels and stuff, and you know, talk about fishing and hunting or whatever. With OBS now here, it's gonna make that possible, where I'll be able to, you know, bring all those windows together, and it will at least look some way decent. So in the next couple of weeks, I hope to have some guests on and stuff. That's right, Bubba. Yeah, Google Hangout, stream it through OBS. You can do, you can use Skype and, well, any of them. Because basically what you're doing with OBS is you're just sharing windows or sharing files in a folder. So like the slideshow at the start of the stream here, all of those files are just in a folder on my desktop, and I just told it where the files were, and it went in and grabbed random photos to put it on a slideshow. And then I did the same with the music. I have the music in a file folder, and I just told it where it was, and then it just pulled it over and tied it in. Yeah, Jane, see, I think it would be cool to have like, you know, a more outdoors oriented like interview or whatever. It'd be kind of neat. There's a lot of interesting people out here in our community, our YouTube community here, and it'd be really neat to, you know, be able to interview people and have them tell their stories and you know, get exposure for their channels too and stuff. So I think it'd be pretty neat. I got to try to stream a little bit on my phone though, because when we, especially when we go out ice fishing and stuff, I'd like to do some live fishing while we're ice fishing in the ice house and stuff. And so I want to get a like a case or something where I can mount it on a tripod and be able to hold it and do that. So hoping to do some live fishing lives too with ice fishing anyway. Yeah, RWA. It's I recommend OBS. It's not that hard. Like I said, I just today I pretty much spent you know, a decent amount of the day searching around YouTube, finding how-to videos, and making some of these preset screens and stuff. And it wasn't that hard. There's a lot more yet I have to learn from it, but for the first time using it, it's working pretty good. And these live broadcasts, they're pretty fun too. I enjoy doing them. I'm getting a lot more comfortable doing them now. I was pretty nervous on the first couple, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable, I guess, going live and talking without a script or anything like that, or there's no retake. You know, when you're doing the other videos, if you screw up on something, you just reshoot it or re-say it, and that's it. But when we're doing the lives here, if I'm stumbling around or whatever, it is what it is. Streamlabs has a version of OBS that is pretty user-friendly and a lot of options. Yeah, they do. I have not checked that one out yet, but I did watch some YouTube videos to see which one I should download. The one thing is I'm running it on an iMac, so it's a little harder to do some things because the Mac doesn't allow you to like draw the desktop audio off as easy as it does on a PC, so I've got to use another application, a plugin, to be able to do that. But there's still a lot of things that I need to learn on it yet. My first couple streams I just did through Google Hangouts, and that worked okay. I didn't have any problem with that, but it was just kind of clumsy sharing the photos and stuff There was a lot of clicking screens and a lot of opening up windows and shutting them down and everything. And with this, I don't have to open up the files. I can just tell them where it is, and I don't have to have a bunch of windows open and going from window to window to share it. That's right, RWA. It's the true reality TV. That's right. Yeah, they don't. And I've never been in in Hangouts with more than just myself. That was actually my first experience using Hangouts was doing these couple live streams. But watching people stream through Hangouts with a panel, it seems like once everybody starts talking at one time and it starts switching back and forth between everybody's mics, it can it cuts people off, and I don't know. It doesn't seem to work like really well with a lot of people, or with more than like two. Let's see, I don't have a lot of support. No. But yeah, I'll just test this thing out again. Let's see here. I like with the OBS, like it has a status bar down at the bottom, so it's telling me exactly how much of my CPU it's using, if I've dropped any frames in the stream. So if I know like if it's starting to get jerky or not. And so it has more of a real-time status, I guess, of the stream itself, so you know if it's in good quality or not. And then there's a lot of options with, like frame rates, with the resolution that you want to send, your bit rate on your audio, all that stuff you can mess with to get a stream that looks the best for whatever internet connection that you have. RWS, no. Yeah, I wish we didn't, we had a really nice day up here last Thursday where we hit in the mid-40s and we melted most of the snow we had. And then that night, it snowed again, and we got like 3 inches of snow right away. And then the very next night, it snowed again, and now we basically have 5 or 6 inches of snow again. And it is that time of year, though. Last night was pretty cold. We were down just about at 0 degrees, and tonight I think it's supposed to get down to 6 degrees. But they're talking about for Thanksgiving that we might be back up to about 40 degrees up here, so that'll be nice. But it won't be too long where up in Minnesota here we'll be down below 0 and we'll not see above 0 for a high for a little while, and that's just the way it is. But that's when I go into my fish house and I kind of hibernate in there and just do some fishing. But I sure appreciate everybody stopping out here. I was going to get off of here at 8 o'clock, so I think I'm going to run here pretty soon. I'm going to go watch a movie here with the missus and probably go to bed after that. So I do appreciate everybody stopping by. I got a little end slideshow too to close out the stream here, so I get to test that out too and make sure that that works. So with that being said, thank you all for stopping by, and I hope everybody has a great night. Until next time, I'll see you then.